Okay, so let's dive right into this weekend's match.
Tottenham versus Manchester United.
Yeah, Tottenham's victory.
Right.
And, on the surface, it might just look like another win, but there's a lot more to it, right?
Oh, yeah. Definitely a lot to unpack here.
We've got the fan protests, the tensions surrounding both clubs, and some really interesting tactical choices that were made on the pitch.
Yeah, what's fascinating to me is that both these teams, they were really at a crossroads coming into this match.
Yeah.
Tottenham really needed this win, right?
Oh, yeah.
Needed a boost after kind of a shaky start to their season.
For sure.
And then you look at Manchester United.
Right.
Dealing with a pretty significant injury crisis.
12 senior players out.
Wow.
It's almost an entire starting lineup.
Right.
It makes you wonder how they were even able to field a team.
Yeah, exactly.
Let alone compete,
Right.
And the fact that they couldn't even make a single substitution until the 90th minute, that really highlights the challenges that they were facing.
Absolutely. And yet, despite all of that,
right,
they still managed to create some dangerous moments.
They did.
Particularly from Garnacho and Hojlund.
Yeah.
But, Tottenham, they had their own hero returning to the pitch.
Oh, yeah.
James Maddison.
Talk about a game-winning goal.
Right.
It was incredible. Just 13 minutes in.
Yeah.
Lucas Bergvall takes the shot. Onana parries it away. And Maddison is right there just to tap it in.
Perfectly timed.
But it wasn't just about the goal itself, though, was it?
No, not at all.
Yeah.
The sources really highlight that Maddison's return, it just injected this sense of energy and creativity back into Tottenham's attack.
Right.
And his ability to just find those pockets of space and link up the play was crucial.
Totally agree.
You could just see the impact on the entire team's performance.
And, from the sources that I was looking at, they pointed to Tottenham using this high press.
Okay. Interesting.
And forcing errors from United's backline, which I found really interesting, just given how risky that can be against a team that has more attacking options.
You're right to point that out. It's a strategy that definitely paid off in this match,
right?
Especially against a weakened Manchester United.
Right.
But I think the sources that analyze Tottenham's past performances, they raise some concerns about their defensive vulnerability.
Sure.
Because if a team's able to break through that initial press, Tottenham can be left exposed at the back.
So something to keep an eye on for sure in these future matches.
Definitely.
Will Tottenham stick with that high press tactic against tougher opponents?
Right.
Or will they kind of adopt a more cautious approach?
It's a tactical gamble for sure, worth paying attention to.
Absolutely.
Now, while Maddison was kind of pulling the strings in attack, we can't forget about Guglielmo Vicario.
Oh my goodness.
His performance in goal, he was phenomenal.
He was like a wall.
Right, coming back from an ankle injury, no less.
Wow.
To make some absolutely crucial saves.
Especially those saves against Garnacho and Hojlund. I mean, those were game changers.
Absolutely. His performance really just underscores, the importance of having a reliable keeper back there.
Absolutely.
Especially when you're facing a team as dangerous as Manchester United.
Right.
Even when they're missing some of their key players.
For sure. And speaking of dangerous players, we should mention Maddison.
Yes.
Making his first league start for Tottenham, and he really impressed.
He did.
He was a constant threat to Manchester United's defense.
His pace, his directness really caused problems.
We also saw Kulusevski nearly score too.
Right.
Highlighting Tottenham's intent to attack from multiple angles.
For sure.
But in that second half, it felt like Tottenham really shifted gears.
Yeah, they did.
It became much more focused on just controlling the game and protecting that lead.
You can see it in the tactical analysis.
Yes.
From these articles that Tottenham effectively shut down Manchester United's attempts to get back in the game.
Right.
They defended resolutely. They limited United's chances, and it just showed a real maturity and discipline in their game management.
It's interesting because there's been a lot of talk this season about Tottenham's inconsistency, but this victory just shows that they are capable of putting together a complete performance.
Absolutely.
Especially when the pressure is on.
For sure.
This match also marked Tottenham's first win in 3 games.
Oh, wow.
And it moved them above Manchester United in the table.
Huge.
Talk about a statement victory.
Right. And it's worth noting, too, that this was Tottenham's first league double over Manchester United.
Wow.
Since the 1989-90 season.
Oh, my goodness.
So, I mean, that historical context just adds another layer of significance, to this win for Tottenham and their fans.
Yeah. And speaking of the fans, we can't overlook those protests against Tottenham's ownership that took place before the match. I mean, clearly, there's still some lingering frustration among those supporters.
Yeah, and I think, a single win, no matter how impressive, it might not be enough to completely quell that unrest.
It's interesting because these articles that we were looking at, they really delve into those fan concerns about the club's direction.
Absolutely.
And it's clear that they're looking for more than just results on the pitch.
Yeah, they want to see that long-term vision.
Right.
That commitment to building a sustainable future for the club.
So, while this victory definitely offers a glimmer of hope, it's really crucial to consider that bigger picture here.
Absolutely.
Is this win a sign that Tottenham is truly turning a corner?
Right.
Or is it just a temporary reprieve from, these deeper systemic issues?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
It is.
The one that'll continue to hang over the club as the season progresses.
Exactly. Now, shifting our focus a little bit to Manchester United.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard not to feel for them.
It is.
I mean, with so many key players out.
Yeah.
Ruben Amorim, their manager, he's facing an uphill battle.
He is.
And the sources that I looked at, they paint a pretty bleak picture of their current state.
Yeah. They're down to 15th in the table.
15th.
And this is their third defeat.
Wow.
In just 4 league games.
Goodness.
So you have to wonder how much longer they can keep competing at a high level.
Right.
If they don't get some of those injured players back soon.
It's tough. And, the impact of those injuries.
It's huge.
It's undeniable. It disrupts the team chemistry.
For sure.
It limits those tactical options. And it puts so much pressure on those remaining players to perform.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's really a testament to their resilience.
Yeah.
That they were even able to put up any sort of fight against Tottenham, given the circumstances.
Yeah. And even with, all the tactical analysis and the talk about league tables, it's important to remember the human element at play here.
Right.
Both teams dealing with adversity.
Yeah.
Both managers trying to find those solutions. And both sets of fans just hoping for the best.
Exactly. And I think, this match wasn't just about the football.
Right.
It was about the passion, the loyalty, that deep connection between a club and its supporters. You could see it in the stands.
Yeah.
You could feel it in the atmosphere.
And, for Tottenham fans, this win, it was a much needed boost.
Absolutely.
A moment of release, a reason to believe that maybe brighter days are ahead.
Right.
But for those Manchester United fans, it was another setback.
He was.
In a season that's already proven to be incredibly challenging.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of this sport, isn't it?
It is.
The unpredictable nature of it all. The constant ebb and flow of emotions.
For sure.
We're only a few games into the season.
Yeah.
And yet so much has already happened. So many narratives have already begun to unfold.
And, as we continue to delve into these stories, we really encourage you to look beyond the headlines, beyond the scores, and try to understand those complexities at play, because that's where the true insights lie.
That's where the real drama unfolds.
All right, so let's recap some of the key takeaways here from this match, because I think there's a lot to consider as the Premier League season unfolds.
For sure.
So we saw James Maddison return from injury to score that decisive goal.
Yeah, and his influence on Tottenham's attack.
It was clear, it is undeniable.
He really did breathe some new life into their game. And, the sources kind of suggest that his creativity and vision could be crucial to their success moving forward. For sure.
And then there was Guglielmo Vicario, who also returned from injury to put in just a remarkable performance. He made those vital saves. And the articles really emphasize his importance to Tottenham's defensive stability.
For sure.
And then finally, we saw Tottenham demonstrate this tactical flexibility that I think we haven't always seen from them this season.
Definitely not.
They pressed high in that first half.
But
then they shifted to that more controlled and disciplined approach in the second half, which really proved to be effective.
Absolutely.
So it's still early days, but this match definitely suggests that Tottenham might be starting to find their rhythm under their new manager.
It seems that way.
So now for kind of a final thought-provoking question here.
All right, I like it.
For you to ponder.
Okay.
What if this match wasn't just about Tottenham's victory or Manchester United's struggles, but rather like a reflection of the broader challenges and opportunities that both these clubs are facing.
I like that.
Because you have Tottenham trying to establish themselves as that consistent force in the Premier League.
Right, a top club.
And then you have Manchester United, who are battling to rebuild and reclaim their former glory.
Interesting.
So you have these two teams with contrasting narratives, but their paths are intertwined in this competitive landscape of the Premier League.
For sure.
So as you kind of follow their journeys throughout the season, I want you to pay attention to how they adapt to adversity, how they respond to those setbacks, and how they ultimately define their own success.
Love it.
Because their stories might just reveal something profound.
I think so.
About this ever-evolving nature of this captivating sport.
It's beautiful.
And that wraps up our deep dive into Tottenham's victory over Manchester United.
It was a good one.
We hope you gained some valuable insights today.
I hope so.
And that you'll continue to explore these complexities of this fascinating league.
It's the best.
So until next time, keep that passion for the beautiful game alive.
Always.
And we'll be back soon with another deep dive.
Sounds good.
Ready to uncover.
Can't wait.
More of those hidden stories within the world of football.